everybody. One of today's lessons deals with telling time, and the way you're going to tell time today is a different way than what we originally learned in Chapter 2. Today's way is a little more casual. It's kind of the cool kid way of telling time. That's what I call it. Before I teach you the cool kid way, let's review the standard way of telling time. We're going to tell time for the 3 o'clock hour. In German, 3 Uhr. 3 Uhr 5. 3 Uhr 10. 3 Uhr 15. 3 Uhr 20. 3 Uhr 25. 3 Uhr 30. 3 Uhr 35. 3 Uhr 40. 3 Uhr 45. 3 Uhr 50. 3 Uhr 55, 4 Uhr. All right, so that's a review of just the standard way of saying 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock 10, etc. Now, let me show you some terminology that's a little more fun to use. The first thing I want to point out to you is a very big difference between how to tell time in German and how to tell time in English. Watch this. This is the time 3:30. Now, oftentimes when I have to meet somebody at 3:30, I'll say, okay, I'll meet you at 3:30. So in English, we say this time is 3:30. 3:30 or half past the hour. It's different in German. In German, they don't say that this time is 3:30. I guess they're looking more to the future because they say this is halfway to 4. So when you have the time 3:30 in German, you'll say it's halfway to 4. So the way we say that expression is halb 4. So if somebody tells you that they want to meet you at halb 4, make sure you're there at 3:30 or else you'll be an hour late. The next big thing you need to know is how to say the word after and the word before. So when I look at this clock, anything from the 12 to basically 29, this is all considered after the hour. And the word in German that we will use for after is nach, nach. So what I'll say is, if something is 3:05, I'll say it's 5 past the hour. So 5 past 3 is what I would say in English. In German, I'd say 5 nach 3, 5 after 3, 5 nach 3. This is the time 3:10, 3 Uhr 10. In English, a lot of times I'll say, yeah, we'll do that at 10 after. Let's do that at 10 after 3. I can say the exact same thing in German, and the word for after, as I said, is nach. So I would say 10 after 3 by saying it this way. 10 nach 3, 10 nach 3, 10 after 3. We'll use the word nach for any time, basically from 1 after until 29 after. So this time here is 20 nach 3, 20 after 3. We handle the other side of the clock the same way. Now in English, if it were 3:50, I wouldn't want to say that. That's not fun to say. I would just say 10 to 4. It's 10 to 4. In German, we say that it's 10 before 4. The word 4 is what we use from anything that happens from minute 31 up until 59. And so we can say how many minutes before the next hour it is. So, if in English I would say it's 10 before 4, in German I would say 10 vor 4. 10 vor 4. 10 minutes before 4. I love how 4 is a good cognate for the word before. Pop quiz. What's this time? Did you say it out? You're supposed to say it out loud. What's this time? That's better. This is 5 vor 4. 5 vor 4. 5 before 4. The last thing I want to draw a correlation between German and English and cool kid telling time is, in English, I'll often say something happens at quarter after. So what time are you doing that? Quarter after 3. In German, I can also say quarter after 3. The word for quarter is Viertel. Look at the word Viertel. Any idea why that means quarter? I'll bet you see the number 4 right in there, vier. So it's a Viertel of the hour. It's 1/4 of the hour. So it makes perfect sense. So 3:15, the cool kid way, is Viertel nach 3, quarter after 3. Then, to go the other direction, if I want to say it's quarter to the hour, I say Viertel vor. So the word nach and the word vor come after the word Viertel. Viertel nach 3, Viertel vor 4. Viertel vor 4 is quarter before 4. Viertel vor 4. That's it. That's what you need to know to do today's time. This is today's puzzle that you're going to do. It says, wie spät ist es, which means what time is it, how late is it? And it also says, wie viel Uhr ist es, how much clock is it? So, you can see this is similar to what I just showed you on the overhead, but it tells you how to say nach, how to say vor, and then it has the words for Viertel and of course halb. This is all for the hour of 12. Here is how you do the puzzle. First of all, if I were you, I would take it apart, and then it's easier to handle. So you take this worksheet that has the evil queen on it from Snow White, and it says es war einmal. Literally, that means it was once, and we translate that to mean once upon a time. On this paper, you see there are lots of letters from the alphabet. Underneath the letter A is the number 16, and that's because I've done one of the items for you. What we're trying to do with these letters is we're trying to figure out the code, because you'll see that the very last thing you do, not on the clock page, but on the back of the clock page, is a secret message, and that's, you need to decode it using what you're going to figure out from all the clocks. All right, so what you need to do first, what I would do is I'd go through all these clocks and figure out what time they are in my own little brain. I just would write out the numerals. I'd say, okay, well, number 1 is done for me, 13:05. Oh, wait, that's really 1:05. And then number 2 is 11:30. And I would think about how do we say those times in German. For example, 13:05, that would be 13:05. Or maybe I'd say 1:05, that's 1:05. Or maybe I would say 5 nach 1, that's 5 after 1. Or maybe I would say 5 nach 13, but probably not. But 5 nach 1 sounds like one I might say. So on the other paper, A through Z, and there are not all the letters of the alphabet there, but there are most of them. A through Z have the times that are all in these clock forms, but there are multiple ways that these clock forms could be said, and so I have to use my brain to figure out, oh, for this one, she said it like this, and for that one, she said it kind of the standard way of time. First thing you do is match up the written word form of these times with the actual clocks that match with them. And don't miss number 21 down there at the bottom. That one's important too. After you've filled in all of the clocks, then make sure you fill in your decoder. And then after that, you solve for the puzzle. It's kind of fun. And it teaches us clocks.